Hey, what's up everyone? Mike here with the watch list video for Tuesday, July 18th. The SPY continues to show some strength. Pretty impressive summer if you think about it. RXRX, I got to give a hat tip to Dylan and Lewis. We go to 5-minute candles. The cool thing about this one is both these guys posted within 4 seconds of each other the same idea, which just shows you that traders in our room know what to look for, right? If you see right here, it hit 1298, right? And then was kind of flagging right there. 2 days ago, and it's certainly an in-play stock, it hit 13. So both these guys put RXRX over 13, again, within 4 seconds of each other. And there was the trigger right where my arrow is, right? Worst case stop was about 25 cents below. Went pretty quickly to 14. I mentioned the 15's buy zone, and I think most of you kind of understood. I didn't call a whole number flush, but under 13 was the area that made sense, right? Right there. And that was also a nice move. But I love the fact that Dylan and Lewis were all over this one. And the cool thing about our chat room is we see that all the time. We see the same idea posted like within seconds by 2 or 3 different people because you all know what to look for. It's pretty impressive. All right, anyway, wanted to give a hat tip to that. Let me go into the watch list for tomorrow. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. BBIO, big breakout. You guys know I'm a day trader, so I'm watching for things to possibly trade tomorrow. GP, closing well off its highs, but did have nice earnings, so I'm going to watch that one. LIXT, big volume, but also closing well off its highs, so I don't love it, but we'll be on watch. BBIG was on long watch today. I tweeted about this a couple times, posted in chat about it a couple times, and had a nice little pop today. Certainly has some room to follow through. I'll zoom in a little bit there so you can kind of see that little flag break today, right? Still has some room to follow through, so it goes right back on bounce watch. PTPI, let me pan out a little bit here. Had this big pop, lower high, and then today gapped up, but really didn't roll over. So I still think it's interesting. ARDS, I don't usually trade penny stocks, and I may never trade this one, right? But it definitely goes on watch for tomorrow. Not because of the chart here, but because in after hours it's trading at 52 cents right now. And you had this high right here that was 62. And bear with me, the 200-day also is not far away, right? I don't have it in front of me. Let me pause this video. All right, so it's trading at 52 cents right now in after hours. The 200-day is at 62 cents. So which would be right, right about there. So it makes this one super interesting as a gap play tomorrow. Although I'm not a big fan of playing stuff under a buck, but saw it in after hours, so I'm sharing it with you now. FSR, you know what? I'm taking this off the list. I like the move today, but that's too far, too fast, so I'm taking that off the list. So let's see, NKLA. I called this one today, actually. I gave the idea in chat. The early high right here was 219. So as it was curling up or somewhere in here, I said anytime today, preferably in the afternoon, I like it over 219 because it's a recent high flyer. And if you took the 219 break, which happened right there, it ended up going to 233. That doesn't sound like much, but percentage-wise, that's pretty good, right? May continue tomorrow, so it goes back on watch. In other words, it's holding up pretty well after the big rip. RXRX. Already talked about Dylan and Lewis's great idea back through 13. Certainly holding up pretty well. Had great news 4 days ago, so we're going to put that one on watch. PWM, man, this gave almost a perfect gap down bounce play today. I had this on bounce watch, and it had a huge move. If anyone happened to catch that gap down bounce play entry, I think it was at 11. You absolutely made a killing today. Definitely goes on watch again, though, because, it IPO'd back here. It's only, 6-7 days old and had a big rip today. Maybe follows through tomorrow. QBTS, maybe my favorite going into tomorrow. Yesterday, I put in what I would call a recent high at 280. Today's high, 268. This one really looks good over this area, so that one goes on long watch. And it's quantum computing. And I think QSI had a big rip today. RGTI kind of pushing the new recent highs also, and those are both in the same space. So, but all of those Out of all of those, QBTS is kind of my favorite. SOS on bounce watch today. No trigger, no trade, so it didn't give any trigger. Goes back on bounce watch for tomorrow. VZ is Verizon, which is starting to get downside shape. So a possible snapback bounce play tomorrow. We'll see if it gives an A+ intraday setup. And FNGR has been really strong and is getting down near the buy zone here between the 8 and the 20. So that goes on bounce watch. And as always, we'll add pre-market gappers to the list as well. And we will focus on A+ intraday setups and work together. That's it for me. I'm done babbling. We'll see you in the chat room in the morning.